The eyes have it.
Mr. Senate President, please may I speak? I'm a woman and abortion has to do with women. It's very important, sir.
Let us go to clause. This has been stepped down in totality. Yes, you distinguished senator.
So Senator Natasha is in the news again, and this time around, as usual, it is between her and Senator Godswill Akpabio and then Adams Oshomole interrupting her later on. We are going to play this video and react to it step by step. But before that, if this is your first time on the channel, come give me a very big hug. Welcome, Sanudazua, Ndeo, Ekabo. And if you do not belong to any of these categories, kindly indicate your tribe in the comment section so that I can pay you the due homage that you deserve, because why not? My name is Zaka Timothy and we have over 500 persons that believe that what we are doing here is not nonsense. If you think the same after this video, kindly hit the subscribe button so that we can grow as a family together. Before we go ahead to comment anything, here is a clip of what happened between Senator Natasha and Godswill Akpabio.
Just again saying the eyes have it.
Mr. Senate President, please may I speak? I'm a woman and abortion has to do with women. It's very important, sir.
Let us go to clause. This has been stepped down in totality. Yes, you distinguished senator. This has been stepped down in view of the conviction, but if you have anything to add, you can say.
Thank you very much, sir. Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, Kogi Central. Sir, this borders on abortion. And
yes, Senator. Your mic.
Mr. President, we have been tutored over and over that when a matter has been concluded and you have dropped the gavel, in this particular case, to allow for more conversation, if you grant exemption to distinguish Senator Natasha, then you must extend the same extension to us, in which case our rules will become meaningless. I think the rules should be obeyed. We have said more discussion, which allow her to make any input, and I also intend to make more input. I think that is the whole essence of deferring it. To continue the debate, many of us will rather debate it here. So I think my distinguished sister should agree that these are the rules. And those rules have to be followed. If you begin to exercise discretion of granting exemption here, you have to grant exemption there, and here we shall have no rules.
Okay,
I think the rules should be fair, and they should be applied the way you have done, even when I try to...
Distinguished Senator Adams Oshomole, I must add that I'm not a spirit to know what the senator wanted to say. The senator said, I want to say something. But if I knew, I would have referred her to Rule 52 sub 6. Rule 52 sub 6 says, it shall be out of order to attempt to reconsider any specific question upon which the Senate has come to a conclusion during the current session, except upon a substantive motion for rescission. So since the Senate has come to a conclusion and has stepped down this, it shall be out of order. So I ruled Senator Natasha out of order.
While I was watching this clip, something very important came to my head, and I was wondering, why are we having a debate on abortion? That was the first thing that came into my head. Why on earth is the Senate talking about abortion? And why is Senator Natasha so keen to having this issue talked about and this issue discussed? Because as long as I'm concerned, we have a plethora of cases, serious issues in Nigeria right now that needs to be talked about. Let us assume she's standing for women and women's rights and girls' child and all those things. Abortion is the least of our problems in Nigeria. If at all she cares about women and girls' child, she needs to talk about how much girls, young girls, children are being trafficked in this country. But of course, they're having a debate on abortion, which is something that struck me in surprise. As long as I'm concerned, the Senate as well as Senator Natasha does not need to have any debate on whether to pass any law on abortion, because the bandits and terrorists are already doing enough, and whether or not you kill your child at birth, they are going to help you do that, because we are seeing evidence of that. People dying in numbers, in thousands. At this point, you have to ask yourself, what guarantee do we have as Nigerians of seeing tomorrow or the next day when we have this huge number of terrorist groups and bandits and kidnappers all living in the midst of Nigerians, innocent civilians. How do we cope? My wildest guess is that those people that stood by her, who were claiming rights for women, women's rights and all that, are the same people that are pushing this kind of gender and all those LGBTQ rights and co. Talking about abortion when girls are trafficked in numbers, when we have the girl child dying every single day with no women or all this women's organization and girls' right activists coming to say anything. We have serious issues than to be talking about abortion. Other than that, let us go back to the issue at hand. If this is not clear enough, by now you must have taken a guess on where I stand regarding this whole issue, because I am of the firm belief that Godswill Akpabio did nothing wrong in this whole clip that we just played. Now, the matter for contention is that this matter has already been stepped down by the House, and as such, no comments are going to be allowed again. Now, the basic matter for contention in this whole clip is that this whole bill has already been stepped down, and as such, no comment is going to be entertained by anybody again. So if Senator Natasha wants to comment on the issue again after it has been stepped down, she needs to follow the due process. We have Adams Oshomole correcting the House by stating that this issue has already been stepped down, and if the Senate President is going to give her room to talk, it means that they have to give other senators the room to talk as well, which basically means that the whole bill has to come up again for debate, because what they are doing is debate. You have a lot of people arguing for and against, and from her statement, she is arguing for. And if she's going to make any statement, it means that other people have to be given room to talk. To buttress what I'm saying, this commenter stated that later she will come online that they did not allow her speak or try to silence her. She does not even know the Senate rules. Now, I genuinely believe that Senator Natasha wanted to blackmail the Senate President by starting her statement with, "I am a woman, I am a woman." Now, mind you, the Senate House is not a place for gender equality or anything as such. This is a place where senators can air their views and have it heard. There's no absolute reason for her starting this conversation with her being a woman and how she has every single right to comment on this issue. Now, someone made this statement saying, "There are 4 female senators in Nigeria. If the topic was about abortion, I think her opinion should be priority." I like how this guy was corrected immediately, because this other person replied to him stating that, why didn't she signify interest to speak before the matter was concluded? And this person added by stating that there is nothing like women or men on the floor of the Senate. They are all equal before the law except the Senate President, who is first among equal. She was on the floor of the Senate before her colleagues voted on that bill. She should have made her input before the vote. Now, if you are truthful enough, you would have seen what I'm trying to talk about from the beginning of this video, where I said that she was there when this whole bill was up for debate and where people could give their input for whatever it is, but she did not do that, or possibly she did, but she wanted more time to talk about this even when it was stepped down, and they read the rules to her. She saw it, and actually the Senate President took correction, because I believe that the Senate President did not know he gave her the chance to speak. By giving her the chance to speak, Senator Adams Oshomole, on the other hand, stood up and corrected the Senate President, and then he took a U-turn. He said that he could no longer give her that time and that she should sit down. That was how it went, and this is how it should be. When someone is on wrong, even the Senate President himself can be wrong, and he was corrected. And so she had no right to speak in this regard, because she was late to the party and she could not speak. I do not know whether she spoke earlier. Now, mind you, let me correct this and let me state this categorically, that if the whole issue was that she was not allowed to speak from beginning, then that would have been an issue. Let's say this was time for contention and people were talking and airing their views, but she was not allowed to speak. That is where we will start having issue. We know that, okay, she was sidelined, she was discriminated against, possibly because of the issues she was having with Senator Godswill Akpabio, but this is not the case. The case is that this matter has been stepped down and she wants to comment on it, which is not allowed by the rules, and the rules were read to her hearing. There is no issue here. The people that are trying to make this an issue and are saying that she has been sidelined and she is being discriminated against and she is being sidelined because she is a woman do not know what they are saying, and they are trying to promote a very baseless propaganda that is not even going to get anywhere. But with this whole thing, my own issue is not whether or not they are allowing Senator Natasha speak. I am of the keen interest of why they are talking about abortion in this time where a lot of people are being slaughtered day and night in Nigeria. I do not see any absolute reason why the House should entertain anything regarding abortion rights or all those dumbass human rights bills that are coming up every day by some foreign corporations sponsoring this bill that cannot do anything for an average Nigerian in the long run or even in the short run. However, I am not too proud to think that I know all the facts of this case. If there are ingredients or facts to this that you believe that I do not know that has clouded my judgment, please indulge me by dropping it in the comment section. Let me know what exactly it is that I am missing out, that you're holding the points you are supporting Senator Natasha in this particular regard. All I'm saying is that whatever your opinion is, kindly drop them in the comment section because I am going to read every single one of them.